Hi everyone, sorry for the belated video. Honestly, it was just a long week at work, and I was in no mood for anything, and I went to bed. Then I didn't sleep because of the baby, so just oh well. Let's stop making excuses. Let's just do a quick little catch-up review. Probably going to be the last one of the year, so we're going to do a quick little review on this, because I've just turned it for no good reason. These were the core class, Kingdom core class, Starscream and Megatron. These are two things that I bought with some Christmas money because I couldn't get anything else and I had credit for the shop. Unfortunate. But now I've picked them up. Now I know Phoenix has already reviewed this one. If you want to go and check out Phoenix's review, so I'll leave him till last. I'll do Starscream, then Megatron, then I'll do the vehicle modes. So there we have Starscream in quite a G1 accurate looking jet mode. Sure, that's closer. Yeah, nose cone, insignias, nice little null rays, wings. Looks very nice. No, not bad. I mean, the back's not ideal, but you know, it's fine. And then you turn it over and you're like, ooh, that's a bit faux chest. Not really a fan of that, but we'll get to it. But he's a nice enough little fella. I mean, you can take the null rays off, but why would you? You don't have to for the transformation, and Starscream has null rays, so why would you? But it's a nice enough looking thing, you know, some detail moulded in, stuff like that. Very nice. No landing gear, but this size, who cares? Megatron, who is a very dark tank. Slightly questionable gun barrel. Yeah, look at that. But, you know, it works. The turret will go 360. Catches a little bit on these, but, you know, will go 360. You can take this off if you prefer and have it some like little siege tank. I kind of like the look of that. Wow, it's not focusing at all there. Kind of like the look of that, but I just feel like that was just a smidgen longer. But we'll stick that in there. It's this little stock kind of thing that just sort of wedges in the barrel. Which is nice lined up. And it's nice enough. Bit of a gap at the back here, but again, the Voyager from like Siege and so on, that did it. This is a core class, so you got to give it a bit of slack. So I guess do like the details on him though. He is very well detailed. The treads are nice, quite nice. Okay, so we'll get a size comparison in. Legacy Wild Rider. So I'll tell you what, just for argument's sake, they're both definitely smaller. And this is deluxe. These are core class. So yeah, fine. Okay. So we'll budge Megs out of the way because I said I'd do him last, in reverence to Phoenix, and we shall do Mr. Screamer. Okay. So we're going to lift him up. What we're going to do is we're going to get this black piece here, wiggle that out. Come on. And it's on this big dreaded double hinge. If I could talk today. Get that loose. And while we're at it, we're going to get this whole section here, and we're going to wiggle that loose. You can just see in here, there are those little tabs there. They go into those little slots there. So it sort of wriggles on top and sits on there. So you have to sort of bend it forward and wriggle that out on another double hinge. There's a theme. So we'll rotate that down and out of the way. We come to this chest, and this faux cockpit, because the cockpit's there, is attached to this side, not that side, and we need to open this up. So you get in here, and using the nails preferable, separate that, add on the big pin here, fold all of this back. Okay, get this side, open that up, and I think it just about tabs it. See these little tiny little nubbin holes there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they just about tab into those. So we'll fold that all the way out the way. This will allow us to untab the legs. There's these tabs in here. Sort of grip around those. Rotate that down, and there it's done. What do you think? I was going to make that joke at some point. Come on, let's be fair. Okay, so you see that big silver pin there? You need to rotate this entire top section. If I haven't got any of this in the way, there you go, make sure that's out of the way. Rotate this entire top section around. So from facing that way, we're rotating it around to that way. Straighten the legs out. Fold this up, and you'll see there's a nice little cutout there for this to sit into. That's about there. Rotate this, and double hinge goes through the gap there and onto the back. We're going to get this, and it just sort of get it in line with this, and that will allow us to rotate the wings forward, close that up. These fall off quite easy. It's one of the slightly annoying things of this figure, but they do fall off quite easy. This round and into place. Fold up this little tail, wing, fin, whatever, and rotate this to the front. It's on see there, little nubbins sticking out, so you might have to bend it out slightly to turn it. You can't just force it forward, you might have to bend it out a little bit and then rotate it down. Not the end of the world, quite doable. Split the legs. Now the arms. For the arms, you can, as I've just shown, leave them as they are for transformation. But some people I don't think do that, and sometimes they will pop loose, but for argument's sake I'll just show you now. The arms here, if I pop it loose, there's a little tab there which is starting to lose some paint, and a slot there. But considering this section and the wing are on the same hinge, you can just leave it close together. So untab that, straighten the arm out, untab that, straighten the arm out, and I hope you can't hear my missus singing downstairs while she's cooking for New Year's Eve dinner. And dramatic head reveal, turn the head around, and there he is. And you know what? For the size, there's a load of detail. Ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows, ball joint hips, ball joint knees. Head will rotate. What more do you want? A little bit extra thing. You know I said the chest sections and the wings were on the same pin? Yeah. The wings will move. That's better than a lot of figures these days. You can actually articulate the wings. Like, what more do you want? Honestly. Now, let me address the thing that I think I'm down on paper as saying I don't like. Faux chests. The cockpit is here on the back. And that's a peg if you want to put it into a flight stand, by the way. I don't like the fact that they've had to do it, but I'm a lot more forgiving because of the scale. The Earthrise Voyager, which is just an upscale and rip off the classics, that's got no excuse for having the cockpit hanging off the back. No excuse at all. On this kind of scale, you can't see it as well. You have to really look for the side to be able to see the yellow. And honestly, I'm a lot more forgiving in this size. You know, they've only got so much they can work with. It's a small figure. So it gets a pass. And I think that's a pretty good justification. So we'll stand him there. Again, you can untab these. They will fit in the hands if you're so inclined. I don't know why you would. I am tempted to glue them in, but knowing me, I wouldn't get them perfectly straight when they glued, and I'd be really frustrated, so I'll live with them popping off. It's fine. Yeah, he's actually really good. Really good. Head sculpt's pretty. Can't really complain. You can stand there, young man. Splendid. Megatron. Okay. I always feel like I haven't got these straight. Like these should be in a bit more. But they don't seem to want to, so unless I'm missing something, it's fine. Transform. We're going to pop this little gun off, put it over there. We're going to get the tracks here, and we're going to split. You see this hinge here? Untab it. I think. No, sorry. Interference. Hi. So, we're going to untap that. This little nubbin just goes in that slot there. And then we're going to rotate it all the way around and nubbin into. There's a slot in there. Round and go on. Lock into place. Do this side. Straighten it all out and into place. At which point, we might as well turn the waist around. Huzzah. And that's the legs and stuff done. Quite simple, quite straightforward, no complaints. The whole piece here, this whole black U shape is one piece, and this dark grey piece here is effectively a double hinge. See? Just a big double hinge. Okay. So we're going to get it to about there, which will give clearance for these pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to work out the flat piece on here is attached to this arm, so that means it stays on that arm and the round piece is there. So we're going to wiggle. Actually, no, we're going to untab. These little tabs go into slots underneath on each side. Now we're going to wiggle that loose. I'm going to use this to rotate around, tab, slot, there, tab, slot. This can be a bit finicky to line up depending on how it's rotated, but it does work pretty well. At this point, we're going to take the opportunity to bring this all the way over, and I'm not 100% sure how it works, but basically it all just locks in. So we'll bring it over, and we'll get it from the side, and we'll get it all lined up, and it just locks in flat there. Okay. We're going to turn this arm around to expose the hand. And we're going to put the elbows that side. How do we... This one's really clever. What we've actually got to do here is rotate the wrist. Yeah, this one's got wrist swivel. Just get this black piece to be the same as this one. This one, they just turn the arm over. This one, to get the barrel on the right side and all the rest of it, they've actually got this whole black piece with the hand that rotates to expose the ball joint. And then we'll just rotate his fusion cannon around to face the right way. And that is Megs in his robot mode. And you can't really complain, because he's really pretty. I mean, this arm's grey and this arm's black. Don't care. The head is perfect. The chest is perfect. The belly's perfect. He's very, very G1. Maybe a little dark. This is my only niggling complaint. Maybe slightly too dark. I might be wrong, but he feels a little dark. But the fusion cannon is perfect. It's mini, it's stubby, but it's beautiful. And yes, he can't quite point it forward because of this shoulder kibble, but he can point it straight out to the side. It's these things, you don't notice them so much when you've got the figure in hand, because they'll move around and all the rest of it. You don't notice so much. But then as soon as you go to do certain poses, they're in the way. A little bit annoying. Ball joint hip, ball joint knee. I have floor polished a couple of these joints. They were just a little bit wiggly for me, personally. Head rotates, bit stiff, but rotates. And he's really pretty. Now let's turn him around. Yeah, this is just a bit of a giant mess, isn't it? Bit of a shame. But you see, there are two little holes there. And yes, one could be used as a stand, but there's also that one. But you see his gun here, which he can plug into his hand, and it is basically a mini version of himself. and there's a peg for these guys and a peg for the higher size, bigger size, sorry, the 5mm. So he can hold a little gun of himself, pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. But if you're not about that life, because you don't have to be, what you can do is you go around and you can plug it into one of these holes. I prefer this one because that gives him his G1 over the right shoulder barrel. You know, a little bit of G1 accuracy, why not? And yeah, he's really pretty. Honestly, really pretty. I think at the minute they're in B&M for about £7, so you want to pick up either of these. I haven't got the Prime, I haven't got the Soundwave. These are the only core class ones. Of these, I've got Vertebrake and Dracodon. But of these kind of guys, they're the only ones I've got. Size comparison, Legacy Knockout, because why not? So yeah, they're diddy, they're tiny, they're cute, but for what they are, they're really good. Like, legitimately really good. Would I mind getting a full set of the Seekers of these, like Thundercracker, Skywarp? I wouldn't mind. Problem is, you have to buy the null rays separate because they don't come with them. That's stupid. Megs, gorgeous, really like him. Kinda want the G2, but that's Legacy, not Kingdom, so it won't be £7 in B&M, which is a shame. But yeah, I actually really like these guys. I think from showing this off on the live stream is the reason why Phoenix bought one, but hey ho. Yeah, they're good. So that's the end of the review. Hope you all have a happy new year or whatever it is you're doing tonight, tomorrow, whatever. Stay safe, be good, whatever. Do whatever it is you're going to do. Ignore me, I'm an idiot. And I shall see all of you in the next one. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Happy New Year!